Before we dive in, a quick reminder, if you're enjoying this content, please subscribe and hit that like button and do it on your Facebook and ask your face for more valuable. It helps more than Jimmy Carter helped build houses. And trust me, he built a few. Have you ever wondered what happens to presidents after they leave office? Do they ride off into the sunset in stretch limos, or do some of them just drive home in their own pickup trucks? Jimmy Carter is one of those rare leaders who chose simplicity over splendor. And Carter's legacy stands out, not just because he was once the most powerful person in the free world, but because he didn't cash in on it like many of his peers. While others snapped up mansions and yachts, Carter went back to his small town of Plains, Georgia, and lived in a two-bedroom house valued at $167,000, a fraction of the price of his presidential counterparts. Luxury homes, Africa, treatment, Africa. For most folks, a net worth of around $10 million, which Carter had at his passing in 2024, sounds like a dream. But in the shadow of Bill Clinton's $120 a million fortune or Obama's real estate empire, it's actually pretty modest. So where did Carter's money come from, and how did he choose to spend it? And over his lifetime, Carter's earnings came from several sources. He was a successful peanut farmer, a Navy veteran, and a prolific author, writing more than 30 books, though none earned him the kind of blockbuster deals enjoyed by other former presidents. While it's common for ex-presidents to rake in millions from speeches and board memberships, Carter turned down those glamorous offers. He simply wasn't interested in joining the get rich after office club. He even explained this to the press, preferring not to chase big money for speeches or endorsements. And while all former presidents get a sizable pension, Carter managed to keep his expenses, like his office space and travel, far below average, instead of rubbing elbows at billionaires' retreats. He'd fly commercial. And at home, he and Rosalind dined on disposable plates. No caviar or gold plated forks in sight. But Carter wasn't just careful with money. He made sure to give a lot of it away. He dedicated his resources and, more importantly, his time to charitable work, notably supporting Habitat for Humanity. He didn't just write checks. He rolled up his sleeves and helped build houses himself. And then that kind of existed into the nonprofit work became a centerpiece of his retirement, and the annual Carter Work Project brought real change to communities in need. His greatest investment wasn't in stocks or real estate, but in people. Through the Carter Center, he launched programs with global reach, working to eliminate diseases, promote democracy, and champion peace all over the world. Even when Carter was ineligible for certain retirement benefits after serving only one term, he handled it with the characteristic humility and resolve that marked his career. Some people collect art after their presidency. Carter collected tool belts and mosquito nets. You could say the only thing extravagant about Carter was how little he cared for extravagance. I suppose, like, if you asked him the secret to happiness, he'd probably say, don't buy yachts, just build houses. And with that said, thanks for watching. And until next time,